I'm Brendan, welcome to my quarantine lockdown gym. This is my garage and I've turned it into a gym. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stations at the minute. Put the matting on the floor. There's loads of work to do to it. It's still in work in progress, but it's good enough just to make a little video to teach you about your stance and your 1, 2, your jab and your backhand. So, your stance. First of all, you want your feet shoulder width apart. Imagine there's a straight line going between your legs. You want your toe on one side of the line, and you want your heel on the other. So that straight line's going straight to your target, which is your bag, your opponent. So that's where your feet want to be. So they want to be, look at that. The line's going in between. Then you want your hips, 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Your shoulders, 11 o'clock, 5 o'clock. You want to be hid behind your chin. Sorry, your chin wants to be tucked behind your shoulder there. This is textbook. You don't tend to do this, but it's always nice to know in case you did, in case someone's throwing loads of shots at you, you have got your guard. Your guard, you know, it's there to help you. So your chin behind your shoulder, your left hand up here, your left hand's there, and I like to get my right hand in front of my chin, but bring that elbow there. Have a nice tight guard, elbows together. So what we're going to do, that's our guard. That's our guard. And when you're learning, don't be bouncing around. I taught boxing for 10 years, I had my own gym. People think they have to do this when they're boxing. No, you have to do it slowly. What we're stepping, we're walking. So we've got a guard. Our power for our jab starts in our foot. It starts in our foot. We push the power up, goes into this hip. Push it up, goes into this hip twists. There, that's your first movement. Not, your hand doesn't even move. We're not doing this. Starts in your toes. Push it up, your hips move. That rotates your shoulders. Look how my shoulders moving. That is the main foundation of a jab. And then it's the punch. You've got a power line coming all the way through your body. But also, you don't just push it out and that's it. You pull the jab back to you as fast as you throw it out, which gives you the snap. If you just push it out, it's just that's not the way. What you're going to do is pull it back and twist your hips back as well. Watch, out, back, and you pull it back as fast as you throw it out, and you get that snap on the end. I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, so I've developed my own bad habits, or my own technique, let's say, which isn't textbook. So anyway, so from our jab, what we do is, your jab comes out, same level as your shoulder, and at the end, your palm goes down. Your palm is into your face, and that twist gives you that little bit more power. It's like a bit of a snap. Rather than doing that, it's extra little snap on the end. So you've got to twist, palms down at end of your shot, shoulder height. There. This right hand stays up. You don't drop it. It's schoolboy error. Lots of people do it. There. Keep this up. Also, another thing not to do. Don't jab and let your head twist with your shoulders. Lots of people do this who are beginners. Keep your head looking at your target. So that's your jab. Then what we're going to do, so we've done a jab, our hand stayed here, our hips have rotated, So they are 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. There. This back shoulder must go back. You can't just go there. That's got to go back. Watch. The more that goes back, the more it shoves this one forward. And the more it shoves this one forward, the more power you get. I was teaching people in the gym, and I said to this lad, I said, stay on the bag. I said, I'm going to flick your shoulders. I said, jab, and he's going. And I got one hand in front of this shoulder, one hand behind that, and as he jabbed, I went flick, and he went, and they were amazed. Because throwing that back and throwing this one forward, it acts as a pendulum. So, from your jab, we're going to go out there. Now, because we've gone 12 and 6 o'clock, we are hips in a line. We're ready to throw it back. We've gone all the way we can go, like a coiled spring, and then it's going to flick back. So we're going to go there, and now it's ready to come back. And as this one comes back, as your jab comes back, your right goes forward. But your back foot must twist. You can't keep your foot there expecting to get the rotation. There, your back foot twists. Your left hand comes up for your guard, and you're rotating the opposite way as much as you can. Your right shoulder comes forward, your left shoulder goes back, and you should finish about there. That's on a textbook, long range, left, right. When you're in the ring or sparring, fighting, it doesn't always happen this way, but if you train yourself to be, to stretch as much as you can, also train to do things short, train to do things long, you cover every range then. But textbook, slowly, we're gonna learn it properly. So go there. For me, it's habit. Get my guard up and step back. So that's my habit, when really I should be going and staying there. But it's, for me, I like to get out of the way. Or we can just do a right on its own, a leading right, but we're only doing it for the sake of learning, which will be, again, it's going to come from this back foot. This time, I'm not going to push my hips that way like a jab, I'm going to push my hips the other way, that way. And what you find is, people will be too close with a jab because they won't extend the right. They only want to throw this shoulder, they don't want it to come all the way there. They only want to do this with the shoulder and leave it 90 degrees to you. But if you're at enough range, you'll have a range with your left, and then if you twist, you've got the same range with your right. But you see it in a lot of people, especially when you're coaching, they'll do a short jab so they don't have to stretch with the right, and they'll end up throwing a right there, and you'll see the shoulder 90 degrees rather than. And then back into your stance. So that's it for today. I'm going to be finishing this gym off, and I'm going to be teaching lots of different things: blocks, feints, hooks, uppercuts, screw shots, just as much as I can. And I'm a bit out of breath myself, so I need to get a bit fit. So yeah, this is why I built the gym, for us all to use, even if it's just some lessons for you guys. And we've got circuits, I've got boxing techniques, there's, even down to skipping, just everything you can imagine with boxing. Like I said, I've run a gym for 10 years, I've been around boxing since I was 10 years old. I was undefeated in the amateurs as a heavyweight, so yeah, it's all good. See you soon.